Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be doing my October haul. And as soon as I start filming, somebody's zooming across. Right, so I've got some stuff, I've got some books, I've got some stuff. Which should I do first? This stuff is easier to get to, so we'll go stuff first, because there's a cat in the way. So yeah, here's just some fun things that I got for my birthday in October. So first of all, because it's the closest thing to me, me and 3 of my friends go for a meal every month. It's something we've been doing for a while now, and one of my friends, Tash, whenever there's bread on the menu, we always order bread. So she got me this bread pillow. Look at it, I love bread so much. Yeah, we always go halves on the bread, because why would you not? Bread is so good. You know what I mean? Yeah, look how huge this is. Bread. And since we're on fluffy things, my sister got me this guy. Look how adorable. He's a shoebill. It's focusing on me, but focus on him, he's adorable. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He's amazing. She found this random website where they do like realistic animals that you don't really see normally. Like, you can find a capybara anywhere, you know what I mean? But where can you find a shoebill? Oh, fun fact also, because I've not really been on here. In August, was it? October, September? At some point, I can't remember what time it is. It wasn't August, it wasn't that warm. In the beginning of October, I want to say. Me, my mum and my sister went to Devon for one day just to go to the Exmoor Zoo there, because it's the only zoo in the UK that has a shoebill, and we saw her and she was majestic. But also just in general, that zoo is so cool, and it's got loads of animals you don't really see very often. It's quite small in the sense that you don't have the usual guys that you see all the time, like your zebras and your elephants and your rhinos and all that sort of stuff. But there were just so many nice animals out, and they all looked like they were having a good time. And we did some talks there. There was a guy that was doing some talks. He was on about like little creatures, obviously, but it was really cool because he was like, I go in there, and if they don't want to come out, they're not going to come out, and I'm not going to bug them, and I'm not going to make them. So yeah, it was really nice and cool. And we saw Abu, the shoebill, and just also loads of other really cool, nice animals. So yeah, little side info there for you. So another thing I got from one of my friends is this mug. As you can see, it is a red panda. Oh, side note, again, also back to the zoo. I've been to loads of zoos and the red panda's always really elusive, but here, absolutely adorable. Both of them were absolutely just zonked out, and one of them's little tongue was like, and it was adorable, so yeah. And then also another one, I have this, it's a map of Europe, and then you put pins in it. Let me show you it better so you can actually see what's occurring. And look, there, those are all the pins of the countries that I've been in, because I like to travel. I have like a big map on my wall that you scratch off, but this is cool because I do specifically go to Europe because it's the cheapest and also closest, and also I want to visit all the places. So yeah, that's really cool. And also check this guy out. He has a light. Look at him. Look at him, he's adorable. He has a light for a tail. Cute. And then one more thing before we get on to the books. I got some money off my mum, and this is one of the things I bought with it. This, oh, it doesn't shiny. It's still got the packaging on. But this is The Astronaut Lovers. I watched this film a while back, and then it finally came out on DVD. And it's just like, it's a really fun time. What is it? Who is it? Where is it from? I think it might be Spanish, I want to say. Yes, Spanish. I just looked under there and it says Spanish and English subtitles. But yeah, this is just a really fun film. It's about this group of friends that go and stay at a house. Maybe it's like the summer or some shit. And then one of them's openly gay, one of them is straight. And there's just like loads of banter between them both. And then for some reason there's a dare and they pretend to get in a relationship to fool the rest of them. But like literally the whole of this film is just filled with like just the best banter. They're just both trolling each other, but also not really. But yeah, it's a really fun one and I definitely want to rewatch it very soon now that I own it. So yeah, those were all the things that are not books. So here's a cat clip and then we'll come back for the books. It's probably what you're here for the most, right? Well, you can certainly tell it's winter now, can't you? I mean, yeah, you can definitely tell it's winter. I've got a fluffy jumper on. You know what I mean? So anyway, the books. This first one I just bought because I wanted it. So this is volume 9 of Y: The Last Man. Basically, I owned all the rest of them. I finished volume 8 and I was like, I need volume 9 so I can actually read that and then finish a series. Which reminds me, I do need to read volume 10 because I have read this. And then that's a series that I finished, so that's cool. So yeah, this is the second to last volume in this series, and this series is about, at one point in time, everyone's just existing, and then all the men die. All of the mammals that are male die, apart from this one guy and his one male monkey, and then like, why? You know what I mean? So yeah, I got that for myself, and then the rest of these are all Christmas. No, they're not. And then the rest of these are birthday presents. I also ordered a couple of other things, but they're not going to come until like the end of November, so you'll see them then, you know. So first up, Kat over at Brews and Reviews sent me this book. First of all, absolutely thank you so much, because I was not expecting it. This is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. It is the second and I believe final, because I think it's a duology book. I mean, does it have a series name? Strange the Dreamer anyway is the first one. So basically last year I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I know, I'm late to the game. And I absolutely loved that. So then straight away I was like, okay, I do actually want to read Strange the Dreamer now, because obviously I'd seen it, I knew it existed, I'd heard of the book. But I'm very much a, if a book's popular, if people talk about the book, I'm like, I can't be bothered. But yeah, reading that other series made me think, okay, I do actually want to read this, but I can't tell you what it's about and I don't want to know, because when I went into Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I had no idea what the synopsis was, and I loved that fact. All these like different things were happening, this different magical stuff. It was really good and really enjoyed not knowing anything about what I was getting myself into. So I want to be the same with this series, so I can't even tell you what it's about. It's about some people probably and stuff, and probably fantasy. But yeah, very much looking forward to this, and definitely going to read both of these books next year. Yes. And then next up I have Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. It has a little subheading, not every fairy tale has a happy ending. Oh, you know what I'm like with that stuff. Is it going to make me cry? Am I going to give it 5 stars? I don't know. But basically, I heard somebody on BookTube, but I can't remember who. It might have even been Kayla from Books and Lala, which is surprising because she mostly reads stuff that I've never heard of and have no intention of reading, but I just really enjoy her as a human and watch all of her videos. But I think she read this and talked about it, and it sounded really intriguing. It kind of gives me the same vibes of The Wicker King by Kay Ancram. I don't know if it's going to be anything like that, but I really enjoyed that book, so when I heard this I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. But it's about this dude and then his friend, and then there's like his drawings come to life. There's weird stuff like, is it reality, is it real, is it in their mind, is it mental health stuff? I don't know. That's why it reminds me of The Wicker King. There's like these 2 dudes, and then there's like they're fighting, their drawings have come to life or something like that, and I am intrigued. And it's probably going to be dark because look at it, you'll love to see it. And then I also have Lose You to Find Me by Eric J. Brown. I don't really know much about this, but Eric J. Brown wrote, what's it called, All That's Left in the World, which is a book that I really enjoyed. I've not read the sequel yet, but I really want to. That one was like a dystopia, the world's ending sort of business. And because I really enjoyed that, I put some of his other books on my like wish list. So someone dreams of being a chef, and then someone's assigned to train him, and then I think it's just going to be cute. And sometimes love isn't on the menu. I think it's just going to be a fun, cute book. But hopefully I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed his other book. And then next up I have Icarus by Kay Ancrum. The author I just mentioned a minute ago, The Wicker King. I absolutely adored that book. And then the other book by her that I read, which it's like a sci-fi, something about stars or were, I think it begins with a W. Anyway, that one I found, I was like, it's alright, I unhauled that one. But I absolutely adored The Wicker King. So I want to read more of the work and see what I feel like. I don't know if this is going to be written, oh, amazing. So this is written like The Wicker King, which is in very short vignettes. It's like 1-2 pages is each chapter. I think the other one, which I can't remember the name of, but I'm sure I've put it in a picture up here somewhere. I believe that one was written just like a normal book, and maybe that's why it didn't hit as much, but this is back to that really cool style, so hopefully I enjoy it. As you can tell by the title, Icarus, Greek retellings. Icarus is a thief and he's trying to nick something, and then stuff happens. Don't really know much more than that, but I wanted to read another Kay Ancrum book and see where it's heading, and hopefully love it as much as that first book that I read. So yeah. And then last but not least, I have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, which, oh, reminds me, I also got this book pouch. I forgot because I was actually using it and it was in my bag. Yeah, my friend got me this and that book was inside it. It has cats and camera on it and books. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to this. I say back to this, I can't say anything about it. Stephanie Garber. She's an author that she wrote Caravel, I believe. I've not read that book, but I recognise the name. Anyway, I don't know anything about this book. I've not heard about it, but yeah. Basically, my friend was like, I asked my sister for a book recommendation. She said this one's really good, so here. So hopefully it is. It's a book I've never heard of. I have heard of the author. I've never read any of her books though. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to be reading something potentially popular. I don't know. I'm going to guess it's going to be romantasy, just because like everything that's popular is romantasy nowadays. Something about a stranger, professors, an ultimatum hidden at the heart of Los Angeles, all that jazz. Probably going to be alchemy and secrets in the book. So there. And there we go. Those were a bunch of cool, fun, amazing things that I got for my birthday. Thanks to everybody who gave me them. And also, thank you for watching. If you did watch, if you didn't, I'm just talking to a wall. A camera wall. But yeah, do the things if you want. If you want to say any words, comment section, that's what it's there for, so do it. I will reply because that's also what it's there for. Like if you want, subscribe if you want. I am back doing videos. My next video is going to be my October wrap up, I believe. And I'm going to be going into the readathon and the bingo board that I was doing in October. So yeah, if you want to hear about that, this is the place to be. And yeah, my camera's now flashing at me, so I'm going to very quickly say bye-bye.